First, they took your family and your riches. Then they took your health and your pride. Finally, they left you to die.
Welcome to PlusDive for April of 2019. Starting out, we've got Conan Exiles on the PS4. After that wonderful intro, you have your character creation, which is based around you hanging on a cross and apparently cheating at dice. But you get hacked down and you start out in a desert, and this is basically a survival game, but there seems to be a bit more storyline to it than the likes of Ark or Minecraft. That said, there's still crafting, there's kicking the crap out of enemies, scrounging for food, drinking water straight out of the river, that sort of thing. It looks great. It's definitely a bit more graphically stable than something like Ark. But personally, I have a problem with games like this, mostly because the whole point is just the survival, and there really isn't much beyond that. But the promise of storyline and the huge map that's available, showing large cities and stuff like that, it really does tend to make me interested in possibly coming back to this. That said, this game really doesn't pull its punches. You are going to die quite a bit, and, you know, sometimes it's probably going to be from other enemies, sometimes it might be from random critters running around, or sometimes you might be running away from a critter and you just fall down a small gap and end up killing yourself by accident. The worst part, though, is that when you first started out, you go all the way back to the desert and you have to run through all that again. So that was kind of disheartening. But otherwise, not a bad game. Conan Exiles is free this month on the PS4 with your PlayStation Plus subscription.
It's up to all of us to sow those seeds, and it's up to us to nurture them towards growth. Creo is not just another company. With Project Resolve, we are building the path to the future. Follow us into a new era, a utopia for all mankind.
I really do love sci-fi stuff that has, like, consumerism as a part of it. It always tickles me. But this is The Surge, and you actually start out in a wheelchair, which is actually kind of cool. Also, you get to choose kind of which class you're going to have right off the bat, sort of like System Shock, which I really like that kind of thing, where you're kind of just moving in the direction of what you want instead of selecting it from a menu.
Rig installation program running. Program complete.
After a little bit of roaming around and selecting your chosen rig type, you get fitted with the rig, and now you can walk. Although, you know, stuff kind of goes awry. The gameplay itself feels a little bit like... okay, no, not a little bit. A lot like a sci-fi themed Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where the enemies are all substantial and you are going to die fairly early and often and over and over again. And just as in Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you drop your currency and you have to run back to where you died to pick it up, or it's lost. The tech scrap you see down in the corner, that's used to upgrade and level up and all that good stuff. There are some really interesting encounters in this game. Like, this is an area that I had passed through, and then when I came back, there was this giant mech waiting to swat me down. But there seems to be a fairly good variety. I got a decent amount of the way through, but kind of got stuck on this boss. Generally, I'm not that much of one for this kind of game, but I had fun. And the Surge was free, as it is for everyone this month with PS Plus. Thanks for dropping by with this month's PlusDive. Keep in mind, the next couple of weeks I'm going to be off from doing more YouTube videos. But please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll see you guys in May.